Namaste everyone, welcome to episode 15 of Epic Tales of the Mahabharata. I'm Ryan, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey through one of the world's greatest epics. In episode 14, we reflected on the Pandavas' time in exile and the valuable lessons they learned from Rishi Mudgal's life. The abduction of Draupadi led them to introspect, uncovering their strengths and weakness. The story of Savitri and Satyavan, a symbol of love and hope, was a ray of sunshine. Today, we'll explore three fascinating and meaningful stories from the Mahabharata. Karna's legendary act of generosity, which earned him eternal admiration, but was fatal. The Pandavas' year in incognito exile, a story of resilience, adaptability, and navigating identity in adversity. We'll also delve into why they chose their specific disguises. The battle between Bhim and Kechak, where justice triumphed over unchecked pride. Karna is the most intricate and interesting figure in the Mahabharata. He had unimaginable talent, loyalty, and extraordinary generosity. But his fate seemed doomed at every turn because he had to sacrifice part of himself to gain more of life. Karna was born with divine armor, Kavacha, and divine earrings, Kundal, bestowed upon him by the sun god, making him unconquerable by anyone. The special armor would protect him in battle and ensure his survival against even the greatest of the warriors. But his greatness attracted jealousy. Indra, the father of Arjun and a celestial aware of Karna's unmatched potential, disguised himself as a poor Brahmin and approached Karna with a seemingly humble request. The Kavach and Kundal, known as Danveer Karna because of his unparalleled generosity. Karna was aware of the Brahmin's real identity but chose to uphold his fame as a giver. He stripped off the divine armor and the earrings with great physical pain and gifted them to Indra. Indra, impressed by Karna's heroism, bestowed upon him the Vashavi Shakti, a divine weapon that could kill any enemy but was good only for once. Although this act sealed Karna's position as the most generous soul, deprived him of his safety shield. Was this an act of generosity or madness? This chapter makes us ponder over our understanding of charity. Being generous is healthy or not. On the other hand, the Pandavas were in exile. They lost their kingdom playing a game of dice and spent 12 years in the forest before the final 13th year, where they had to be incognito. If they were discovered, they would have to repeat the whole exile, a test of the Pandavas' intelligence, endurance, and adaptability. What was remarkable about this stage was how each Pandava chose a mask that would reflect their strength and still be absorbed into society. The eldest Pandava, Yudhishthir, turned into Kanka. As Kanka, he became a court advisor to King Virat. His role involved providing counsel on governance, justice, and other matters, a position that naturally suited his background as the ruler of Indraprastha. His ability to guide the king with wisdom helped him earn the trust and respect in the court, ensuring the Pandavas' safety during their incognito year. He took this time to reflect on his past mistakes and build on his future. Bhim, who had incredible strength, became Chef Vallav, in the palace kitchen. Even in the disguise of a cook, Bhim's immense strength found subtle expression. Kneading vast amounts of dough, chopping vegetables precisely, and preparing large meals required physical endurance. His role allowed him to utilize his abilities in a non-combative way. By selecting a position within the royal palace, Bhim ensured he was close to Draupadi, helping her whenever required. Arjun's transformation into Brihannala was connected to a divine incident. On his visit to Indralok, he met Urvashi, a celestial maiden. As he rejected her advances, she put a curse on him. This curse aligned perfectly with the Pandavas' need to live incognito for a year, making the role of Brihannala both a practical and predestined choice for Arjun. As a dance and music teacher, he masked his identity as a warrior in training, Prince Uttara. Reflecting on his humility and willingness to take discomfort upon himself for the greater good. Nakul, profound knowledge of horses led him to take charge of the royal stable, where he ensured the care and training of the finest stallions. He handled the horses in such a way that they thrived, growing strong and majestic under his guidance. However, in the process, he had to tame his proud prince to become an animal servant. Sahadev, the youngest of the Pandava brothers and an insightful forecaster, turned into a cowherd. Cowherding appeared to be an unimportant occupation, but Sahadev made it so detailed and easy that it showed that even mundane work could be done with great skill. Probably the most fragile disguise of all was when Draupadi offered to be the maid of Queen Sudeshna. In this capacity, she became easy prey for harm's way since she could not hide the fact that she was lovely. Her pride and nobility remained high and intact, especially when she endured humiliation and risk by Kechak. King Virat's army commander, Kechak, fell in love with her. His persistent wooing and harassment made life a nightmare for her because the court remained silent, unwilling to confront the mighty Kechak. At last, Draupadi could not take this humiliation anymore and told Bhim everything. Bhim planned a confrontation with Kechak. Draupadi agreed to lead Kechak to a solitary chamber where Bhim was hiding. What followed was a battle of epic proportions. Kechak, though strong, was no match for Bhim's righteous fury. The fight ended with Kechak's brutal death, restoring Draupadi's dignity. It was a survival period for the Pandavas. It humbled them and tested their unity as a family and commitment to reclaiming their kingdom. Before we leave today, let's think about these questions. Question number 1. Did Karna's generosity make him vulnerable? Question number 2. Was the Pandavas' choice of disguise apt? And question number 3. Why did Bhim kill Kechak? Thank you for listening to today's episode of our Mahabharata podcast. Karna's sacrifice, the Pandavas' resilience, and Bhim's encounter with Kechak teach us a lot about sacrifice, humility, and justice, but can never be more than lived experiences of loyalty and sacrifice. We will dive deeper into the intricacies of the Mahabharata next time. We will find out how and why these choices, emotions, and dilemmas made this epic so relatable even today. Before moving forward, spend some time reflecting on the stories and the wisdom they offer. Until the next episode, stay tuned. Namaste.